What a who's lineup of reptilian royalty on that list. What's going on, Clint?
Hey, buddy. I'm good over here, man. How you doing?
I'm golden, man. I'm golden. I know you're super busy. I had to have the man on to go over these awards. Um, let's just kind of cut right into it, man. So, we've got the best new captive colubrid species keeper. So the award recognizes
Yeah.
pioneer keeping. Um, what's your thoughts on this one here, Clint?
This is an awesome category because this, like to me, what this category is representing is it is the continued growth of the species that we work with in captivity. So basically, what this award is recognizing individuals who have worked with something that typically before was just wild caught, maybe imported in, and they're taking the time to learn this species' habits, its needs, and what it really takes to not only have it survive in captivity, but thrive and reproduce and to establish actual captive bred specimens within the hobby. So I think it's a very important category, and there's some phenomenal names, on that list. Every one of them, fantastic.
And when it comes to the colubrid keeping and things like that, I've kept colubrids when I was little, but for the time frame of when I consider I'm starting to think I know what I'm doing, probably about 4 or 5 years. One thing that I've ran into is how important this is for the overall hobby itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm into a lot of like the Asian rat snakes, and there's been some kind of trickiness behind bringing in those wild caught and stuff. So for anybody that's actually getting that rolling, it's just like you said, Clint. That's definitely a big deal. So round two here, most innovative colubrid breeder. Um, Go ahead and take this one, Clint.
Yeah, sure. So what this is basically who's doing things different, or those it's those breeders who are thinking of new ways, whether it's use of technology, whether it's use of different research methods, and able to utilize that to break new ground. Whether it is coming up with new morphs, whether it is new setups, new standards, new methods. It's basically who's not just using the recipes that we've always been told, who's again forward thinking and taking things to another level by thinking outside of the box. That's kind of to sum that one up. That's what these people are
Yeah.
doing.
I thought that was a really interesting category too. I really did, because that's the people that are pushing the needle and trying to go to the next level. That's a really cool. That's a really cool one.
And one thing I'll point
Best.
out about that one too is it's that doesn't even necessarily have to be a breeder. It doesn't even necessarily have to be someone who's been in the hobby for ages. What I love about this category is it's kind of anyone who comes in and just comes in with a new idea and rattles things up and makes it better. So I think that's a really cool one.
And that's a really cool way for some of the new keepers to start kind of establishing themselves over here with some of the guys that have been doing this for a long time. So like, I started out doing a lot of the ball python stuff, and then it just kind of evolved from there. um, Man, on the colubrid side of stuff, you start hitting decades and decades wealth of knowledge on
Yes.
the colubrid side of stuff. So, okay, so the next one here, man, best colubrid community representative. What a cool award this one is,
Yeah,
Clint.
yeah. This is a big one. I mean, because this is basically saying these are the individuals who are setting the standard, not just in how to take care of the animals, they're setting the standard in how the community should go about doing the things that we do. And so whether that is going to be um, educating others, mentoring others, um, building community, conservation. I'm just everything that you would want
Sure.
for people to know about, or the view that you would want people to have of you or this group. These people embody that. That's the simplest way for me to share that one.
And that's awesome. We're going to do the next one, but before that, I'm going to drop a couple of the nominee videos that got submitted over here and kind of pay out some of the love for the community that nominated these people.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you so much for all the nominations and the votes for the Show Me Reptiles awards that are coming up. I am honored and completely in disbelief of the recognition that has been given to everyone, and we're all coming together as a great community, and I am just honored to be a part of it. So thank you so much for all your love and support, and I cannot wait to see everyone at Colubrid Fest coming up. Thank you so much.
It's your boy Joe with Meteoric Serpents. I'm making this video today because I got nominated for 2 awards that are being presented at Colubrid Fest. The Best Colubrid Personality of the Year and the Best Colubrid Community Representative. It would mean the world if you voted for me on those. Obviously, I do the Colubrid Corruption podcast as well, so make sure to head to the Show Me Reptiles website, sign in, make your votes. You know, the other categories are awesome too, but make sure you vote for Joe DiStefano on those 2 that I mentioned. So thanks guys, and see you all.
Hey everyone. I just want to say thank you for all those who nominated me for at least 2 of the Best of Awards for the Colubrid Fest. Thank you very much. I don't know if I deserve those awards at all, and I'm not asking for your vote. There's several other people on that list, or all those lists, that deserve way more than I do. It would be an honor to win it, but I really don't care. Just way looking more forward to Colubrid Fest than anything else. Have a good one, and thanks again, guys.
Just good stuff, dude. Really, really good people. So I am actually going to jump forward on another one first, and we'll go ahead and hand this one off to you.
So this one is for Pitiophis. So basically, we're looking at those breeders who are working with bull snakes, pine snakes, and gopher snakes. You know, those are the species that go into that Pitiophis group. And, you know, those are such neat species. You've got range from, you know, the gopher snakes are going to be, you know, I'll call them smaller, you know, all the way up to the big hulking bull snakes. Some are going to give you some attitude, some don't. So I think that it's incredible the number of morphs and coloration and all that category, you know, has to offer. And there's definitely some dynamite breeders working with that group of animals.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I do have bulls in my future. There's just the problem is, man, I want a little bit of everything. The next one definitely holds dear to my heart. Rat snake breeder of the year, man. I am tricked out on rat snakes, and I know I'm talking to the right guy now, Clint. So tell everybody a little bit about rat snakes, man.
I mean, rat snake. Now, and this was one where, you know, some people were like, well, you should have broke this up into old world, new world. And, you know, this year we put it all in one category. And I will tell you that if there is a category of animals that, you know, definitely my heart belongs to, it's this one. Rat snakes are my jam, and they have been, you know, since I was little. I mean, since 6 years old. And it's, you know, this one definitely has a wide range of species, a wide range of keeping standards and different types. And that, you know, that you've got mutations, but even if you threw mutations out the window, you still have such variety just in what's considered a rat snake. And I will tell you, I personally love and cherish every one of the nominees in that category, because I don't know if it would have been even possible for, with as much as I love rat snakes and as much as every one of those individuals love rat snakes, for us to not all know and enjoy one another. Because I mean, inevitably you are going to cross paths with these people. You have animals of theirs in your collection. They have animals of yours. I mean, because I can tell you that it's definitely a passion whenever you are a rat snake lover, and it's going to be a fun one. It's
such a great community to be a part of. And real talk with what you said, we've got some of your snakes, we've got some Zirkle snakes, and so on and so forth. And, you know, I kind of follow the rat snake train, so I was super stoked about this one. So the next one's really interesting too, and we were kind of talking a little bit, not necessarily about the award, but definitely about the species just before we came on. So the Lamprey.
And this was one too that it's interesting because it really does, it kind of lumps some different, what we'll call camps into one award group. Because Lamprey you're going to have your milk snake breeders, which typically, you know, they're going to be hardcore milk snake breeders, whether that's killing it in Hondurans and Honduran morphs or dealing with different locality milk, some of the smaller species. So you're going to have that group. You're going to have like your Getula group, which is going to be your Eastern Kings, your Florida Kings, the big heavy-bodied king snakes out there. And then you're going to have your Montane Kings, which I love to death as well, which are, don't get me wrong, I love every one of those. But then you're going to have kind of your Montane specialists, which are going to deal with your gray-banded king snakes, your other mountain kings.
Those are cool. Those are cool.
And so this category, just like the rat snake category, really has so many different species in it. But to me, the difference in this one and rat snakes, you kind of have your old world, new world, but there is a lot of crossover on people like to keep both. When you get into Lamprey, I tend to see there's a little bit more of this camp, this camp, this camp. And it's not like they hate, you know, the other species or anything. It's just they've really come to love a certain direction that they go. But they're all so wonderful, and these breeders are fantastic in, you know, their own right, whichever camp they happen to
absolutely
lean towards. So another real cool one, and some great people on this too.
So this kind of ropes it. There's two that kind of rope into roughly what you were saying on the rat snake stuff. So best other colubrid breeder of the year. So this opens it up to multiple categories. You still got lampreys in there. You got the panther.
This one does it. So what this one does is, this is kind of the group that if you take Lamprey off the table, Pantheropus off the table, and Pituopus off the table, as well as hognose, because that's going to be another one we'll talk about. Once you pull those out, there's still so many other breeds, other species that are out there. You're talking hognose snakes, garter snakes, water snakes, you know, so much like that and more. I mean, that's just off the top of my head, that we want to recognize that too, because these are these are species that, while they may have been in the hobby forever, they're not. You don't have as many people working with them, and so the people who do are really specialized in their care. They really understand them, and it's quite cool. And you know, it's neat to get to see. I love seeing people that are working with things that aren't as what we'll call mainstream. Not to knock anything, but I want to see them get the recognition for the efforts that they're putting into animals that not everybody is even knows exist. You know, so it's
funny. It's funny that you mentioned the garter snake, because being from the Midwest, that's a snake that we grew up with. You go out, lift up a log in the backyard, there's a garter snake, you know. And when I started getting into the reptiles, I really kind of looked past the garter snakes. Kind of like you said, I kind of just snubbed my nose because I was used to seeing them. And then I started seeing some different locales, like some of the deeper red-sideds, you know, some of the Florida blues. And I'm over here like rolling my tongue back up in my mouth. So guys, it's like you were saying, Clint, it doesn't matter what species you're into. There are such cool animals in each of them.
Yeah.
Just really cool stuff. So then, like you said, best hognose breeder of the year.
Yep. And this is, I mean, this award, so it's kind of cut and dry. This is hognose, and the reason this was so important for us to have is hognose currently make up 41% of the colubrid market. So 41% of all the colubrids that are listed for sale out of the 1,800 species, something like that. I'm probably off, but it's way up there. 41% is made up by one species, and it's hognose. So I think that is, it's definitely one that we want to give recognition where it's due, because there are some individuals that are, they're obvious. There's a lot of individuals, but the ones that were named here, they have put so much effort into bringing top quality animals, to the hobby, as well as producing some crazy combinations. And up with the morphs, and making this I'm very grateful for the hognose. It's funny because on our show on Colubrid and Colubroid Radio with me and Zach, Dr. Loafman, we kind of jab at each other a little bit, because there's different snakes that we like. I really like the Montane Kings. He really likes the Getulas. There's, I really like, the rat snakes. He really likes hognose snakes, and I'll tease him about them being just little brown snakes. But I'll tell you what, that little brown snake with this turned up little snout is so dang cute that it helps drive so many people into our hobby. It's a great pet snake, and people adore it. And because of that, the hobby continues to grow. So,
well, and it's the most dramatic of any reptile that you can get too.
Yeah, so I'm so thankful for that species, and in turn, I'm thankful for the individuals who are working with and continuing to make that species even more popular every year.
Absolutely. So here's another interesting one, Clint. Best large colubrid breeder of the year. Let's bring it, dude. So 8 feet or more.
That's right. Yeah, these are for the big ones here. This is definitely, it takes a dedicated and specialized individual to work with groups of these animals, because you're talking bigger housing, bigger caging. You're talking about wrestling with fast, sometimes aggressive, depending on the species, snakes that it's not like a sluggish python that may have an attitude.
I always tell everybody it's kind of like a prize fighter. They're 185, they're slim and trim, they're made for speed. That doesn't mean that it's gonna be aggressive, but you know why I got into rat snakes? Nobody really ever asked. I don't plan on doing venomous because my son is on the spectrum for autism. But I get phone calls to go and help people. And I started getting into the beauty snakes just so that I had a longer, more whippier type snake to elevate my handling game. And I sure am glad that I did.
Yeah.
It's made a big difference. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
No, you're good. And to your point, it's by no means do I want to suggest that all these big snakes are aggressive. Nothing like that. But it's also, we're talking about caging in, an 8-foot dry markin. So an 8-foot Crebo or Indigo is going to need so much more room and activity than an 8-foot Burmese python. That there's a dramatic difference in how they are and what they need. And so the level of attention and care coming from the keeper is elevated. Also, so many of these species, it's not rat. A lot of times there's a varied diet that comes with them. If you really want to keep them at premium health, I mean, it takes a more dedicated and higher level of intentiveness, I believe, in here. And so it's really this is definitely a category that, we needed to tip our hats to some individuals on. And it's another one that's got some great names on it.
So with the feeding that you're talking about there, can that be attributed to the fact that a lot of these, I mean, we could say they're semi-arboreal because they'll definitely
a lot of them are
go up a tree and hang out, but a lot of snakes will, and a lot of people don't get that, especially when you're going out herping. Sometimes it's important to look up.
Yeah.
Even eye level.
I think a lot of these snakes too that, in this 8 foot plus category, they don't get that big just eating one thing. They get that big because they're eating everything. So, they are definitely one of the apex predators, once they reach their adult size in their areas. And so they're taking out fish, they're taking out birds, they're taking out mammals, they're taking out reptiles, they're taking out frogs. It's, they'll kind of sheer will a lot of it.
And I tell you what, a lot of these colubrids too, they're smart. They're smart.
No doubt about it.
So, okay, we're starting to wrap up. We're down to the last two. I kind of butted these up together. So this one came earlier, but I felt like it should have been more towards the end.
Yeah, definitely. So
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah. This is...
Holy cow. Seriously?
The names that, I see on there are people that just to be in the same room with, you consider it an honor. I mean, it's there are individuals there that were doing this back when you couldn't even find, internet was not a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Decades and decades and decades of commitment.
Right. And so it's there, right there. You got Craig Trumbauer on there. I mean, that man is, a living legend, and there's so many. I know the Zirkles are on there, and there's others too. There, really, every single name on there is, there's individuals who, there's so much that we have learned in the hobby, whether we've read about it from them, learned about it talking to them, or I'll tell you what, there's so much that we've learned from others that we don't even realize came from them, and it's so much of their life, so much of their time has really been invested into this hobby in ways that they won't ever fully grasp how much they have grown the hobby because of the sharing of their passion and their knowledge. And that knowledge came from making mistakes, meaning it wasn't their knowledge is what I like to call experienced knowledge and not regurgitated knowledge. They didn't read it and spitting it back out at you. They went out there and figured it out because no one else had figured it out yet. And it, again, it's one bow down, not worthy to a lot of the individuals who are on that list. Which,
I mean, this here encapsulates this right here. Being innovative, being a community representative. I would say almost any of the categories of snakes. This is a big one, dude. And then something else that I think is extremely important. Now, I would say the lifetime achievement, to me personally, and to each their own, I feel like that's the highest. That being said, you mentioned, no internet and different avenues that people had to travel that were doing the Colubrid stuff 15, 20, 30 years ago. And that brings us to this one here, Colubrid Personality of the Year. The reason that I think this one is so important is because a lot of these people that are over on the Colubrid side, a lot of the ones that have all this wisdom, they come from a different day and age than some of us others. And I think it's important for us that know how to make these reels and spread the popularity and things like that. I think it's very important. So being a personality for the reptile industry, it's enormous. What's your thoughts on it, Clint?
Oh, just like that. It's, to me, so what this award is signifying is these are individuals who they have a way of making you feel what they feel. There's a presence that comes with them, that they are able to take the passion and love that they have and boom, put it out there for everyone. And it becomes infectious, so
Sure
it's the positivity, it's the energy, it is the enthusiasm, it is all of that. And it's because of that, people gravitate and are pulled in, because how you sit back and you go, these animals must be phenomenal, because this person has made me feel phenomenal about them, just listening to them, just talking to them, just being around them. And that's what that, Colubrid Personality Award is really for, is that for these individuals who have brought that energy to the world and helped people perk up and want to look, because something cool must be going on over there.
Yeah. So advocates for the community, man. It's not all about their own self game. It's about spreading everything. And what an awesome award. What a great honor. Like I said, without this, it makes it hard for the other awards that we did. So it does make a difference. Social media presence and being that personality and the excitement makes a big difference. So we've got the winners are going to be announced tomorrow at 7:00. Me and Mickey will be doing the Show Me Reptile show here directly where you guys are at right now. And we'll be going through and listening to who the overall community said, hey man, these are our people. These are who we want to represent us. And that's really the meat and potatoes of it, Clint.
It is. And what I'd like to say about this to anyone who gets to hear and see this, one, I'd like to congratulate, whether you're a winner of an award, a nominee of an award, or someone who was nominated when putting together nominations but didn't make the top 5. As far as all the popularity, the fact that anyone mentioned you for any of this, I applaud you, because you've
look at the lineup of names.
Exactly. And
good Lord.
I will also take this selfish opportunity to thank anyone who had nominated me, simply because for my name to be mentioned in the same breath as some of these individuals just floors me, absolutely floors me. But take me out of the equation. And for everyone who has participated in this, whether as a nominee or as an individual voting, thank you. Thank you so much for participating in this, because this is one of those items that is truly going to make Colubrid Fest different and better. We are all about building this community. And I don't just mean growing, not just having more people, but because that's not building a community, that's just building an audience. That's building more people. That's an industry is what that is. We are building a community, which is a passion, a shared passion. And it is a sense of belonging, a sense of respecting, a sense of safety, in feeling like you're in this safe place to enjoy what you're enjoying and sharing these ideas. So my point is, you participating in something like this is helping to build that community, and it's going to continue to help Colubrid Fest set itself apart from anything else in this industry, in this hobby, because again, the goal is not to sell animals. The goal is not just to educate. The goal is to strengthen the community, and we do so by all of this. So thank you all so much for your participation. We appreciate you.
Clint, you're awesome, brother. You're awesome. I know I'm starting to stretch your time. I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you coming on, man. You're a great dude.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
We'll talk to you soon. And
always,
brother, always. All right, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, Clint, and we're going to keep on rolling here. Man, so Clint from Metazotics, guys. So I had to put him backstage. I didn't play his clip earlier because when he was on, he's a very humble guy, dude. He come out, he said, man, I don't really want to be mentioned. I'm not trying to step in front of anybody or, so for anybody out there that's looking at Clint and they're like, oh my gosh, my name's on the list with Clint. Clint too is sitting over here and he's like, oh my gosh, my name is on the list with these guys. So don't ever say that you're nobody because you're whoever you say you are, guys. So I do have to go ahead and play Clint's reel now.
I am honored to be nominated for multiple Colubrid Fest, Colubrid Keeper of the Year awards, and I am humbled. I am to be mentioned in the same breath as many of the names on those nominations is just something that's quite astonishing and outstanding for me. So thank you all so much for your generosity and nominating me for these categories. And I am so happy to see so many of those in the Colubrid community, a community that is so incredible and so incredibly important to me and many. But to see those individuals getting recognition, getting the attention for the positive things that they are doing is something that's truly great and phenomenal. And I want to thank everyone who is participating in this event.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Gale with James Reptiles, and I've been nominated for Hoggos Breeder of the Year, and I think also Colubrid Personality of the Year. And so if you guys want to give me a vote, I'd appreciate that. That'd be cool. Here, I'm holding a Super Arctic Anaconda Hoggo snake, and actually, I'm the originator of the Arctic gene. And this is a super form, homozygous form of the Arctic, so we have a Super Arctic with the incomplete dominant Anaconda gene. I've also originated the Lemon Ghost and Woma Lemon Ghost, as well as my own red lineage. And anyway, I got my first Hoggo snake when I was 9 years old, and they've been my favorite species actually ever since I laid my eyes on them when I seen my first one at a reptile show in Ohio. It's actually at the old NOAA show when I was 8 years old. And Hoggos have just been my favorite species ever since. It's just been a dream to want to keep and work with them, and just do that full time, and that's what I've been able to do with my life. So thanks to everybody else that's in the reptile community too for making this possible. Well, we have so many people in the community now, and without so many people sharing the same interest, this would not be possible. So thank you guys.
Hi there. I'm so honored to be thought of for these awards. I'm glad that hard work still pays off. I'm thankful for my friends, family, customers, and fellow hobbyists. Much appreciated, you guys. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Sarah here from Sarah's Snake Shop. I just want to thank everybody who nominated me for the community representative for Colubrid Fest this year. It's really an honor and I really appreciate it. I've worked a lot and for a long time on my YouTube channel to help people learn about corn snake morphs, as well as writing 2 books on corn snake morphs, and in the works at least 2 more. So thank you guys so much for just recognizing the work that I have put into this, and also for just recognizing me in this. I spoke at the 2 panels actually last Colubrid Fest. We're really a big strong community and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So thank you so much for the nomination, and I would really appreciate your vote. I'm only in 1 category this year, so if I can get that community representative award, it would mean so much to me. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in another video.
Wow. I am honored to be nominated for
There. I'm so honored to be thought of for these awards.
From Sarah's Snake Shop, I just want to thank everybody who nominated me.
It's John Michaels from Black Pearl Reptiles. Thank you so much for nominating me for...
I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you so much for all the nominations.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Gale with James Reptiles, and I've been nominated for Hoggos Breeder of the Year.
Joe with Meteoric Serpents. I'm making this video today because I got nominated for 2 awards.
What's up guys, this is Joel from Prismatic Reptiles. I just wanted to make a little clip to say thank you.
Hey guys, Tom Kelty here with Kelty's Colubrids. I just wanted to get on here and give a big shout out.
I want to thank everybody for the nominations for the Hoggos Breeder of the Year. I don't feel...
Hey guys, it's April here. I just wanted to take a minute out of my day to say it is an honor.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh from Colubrid Kai. I've been nominated for Western Hoggos Breeder of the Year.
My name is Circle Reptile Company, saying hello and thanks for being our friends. Follow us on social media. One.